Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for Round 5 action of the Grassroots Cup Series. I'm going to be your host, Nathaniel Campbell, filled in the booth with Hayden Higginbotham. How are you doing tonight, Hayden?
Good, how are you?
Doing very good. I'm excited to watch some racing here at Indy with these Cup cars. It's definitely a different type of racing that you see with the Indy cars, but honestly, I feel like stock cars, they kind of make this track just a little bit different, and obviously with the lifting and braking into the corners, it just adds a lot more to this track, I feel like, than with Indy cars. Still very fun racing on both sides.
Yeah, it is definitely a big step up from Dover, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, and last week, obviously, we saw Austin Evie get a win there, moves him up a couple spots in points, but also Caleb Tipton did end up losing his point lead that he had last week at Dover, and that ended up dropping him to third, with Ryan Schmelik and Nathan Palmer jumping past him in those point standings. Brannigan also ended up jumping 10 spots last week after his podium. And yeah, I mean, here at a 2.5 mile, some would say super speedway with some of the way that the racing does end up playing at this style of track, but obviously a low banked track, a lot of lifting involved into the corners, and definitely tire management that you're going to be looking at here today. Also fuel management, very big here tonight.
Definitely.
So it looks like we'll have 24 drivers here tonight, so we'll go ahead and go through the grid here in just a moment. But any guys that you're looking specifically at here tonight, Hayden, possibly that could get a win?
I'm definitely looking at the 69 of Caleb Tipton. He was very upset that he did not win at Dover, so I'm excited to see him push through the field. I think he's gonna be fun to watch, and definitely Austin at the top. I mean, he's obviously the fastest. It's gonna be interesting to see how much that clean air helps.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And then next week, obviously, we're heading to Iowa, and that's going to be a huge different style of racing once again, going from Dover, Indianapolis to Iowa. 3 very different formats of racing, so it's going to be a lot of preparing for next week, and obviously playoffs getting ready to happen just around the corner. Obviously, a few races left until that point, but at the end of the day, getting that win will lock you in. Definitely don't want to squander a chance at something like this where, next week you're going to a track where it's going to be a lot harder to find a win, and a lot more beating and banging, and probably just overall chaos going on around you. So Indy, a huge chance to capitalize here this week. But let's go ahead and go through the starting lineup, and then after that we'll have a few words for this race. Starting row 1, we'll have Austin Gassione and Tyler Grenot. Gassione coming off a strong performance last week. Then we'll have Rick Myers and Mark Brannigan in row 2. Nathan Palmer and Ryan Schmelik are first and second in points in row 3. Austin Evie, last week's winner, and Corey Nodler in row 4. Caleb Tipton and Jordan Kale are rounding out that 5th row. 11th and 12th, you'll see Blake Doyle and Tanner Prater. See the field also rowing off. Gordon Fraley going to be 13th. Colson Pelletier in 14th. We'll have Federico Midel Imas and Dave Mayberry in 15th and 16th. Josh Pittman, Jacob Harker in 17th, 18th. Row 10 going to have Steven Anderson and Justin Marino. And then 21st, Matt Hugh and David Hamburg in 22nd. Zach Saunders in 23rd. And then I believe Stuart Harding Walker as well will be starting this race. And he'll be that last spot. Looks like Hayden registered as a racer. So
it would not let me join
as a spectator.
But it would let me join as a spectator for some reason.
Yeah, those are that's our grid for tonight's Rollo 200 here in Indianapolis. And as you see Caleb Tipton making his way to the front of the field, we'll have a few words actually from him, as I believe he's sponsoring the race. And he just wanted to say that Rollo was a fluffy ragdoll cat, and that he was very talkative, and he had paws that looked like oven mitts. Yeah, he said that he was a heavy sleeper and a cuddle buddy that would go up to anybody and greet them with pets and cuddles. And then most importantly, Rolo adored his best friend Thor, and that they were inseparable until the end. So we'll be giving them a lap around the track here in silence before we get going racing here tonight at Indianapolis. With the field rounding out of turn 4, we want to thank y'all for joining us in this moment of silence. And we're getting ready to go racing here in Indianapolis for the Rolo 200. It's going to be Goscione and Grenot on that front row. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, last week they were on the front row as well. Pace car pulls off down to pit road, and we're getting ready to go racing here in Indianapolis. Green flag as they cross the line here at the Yard of Bricks. Goscione and Grenot still side by side into turn 1. See Brannigan power around the outside, take third spot away from Rick Myers. Still side by side out front for the lead. Since we didn't go over it at the start, tonight's race will have 80 laps, 40 laps in this first stage, and then 40 laps in that final stage, with 4 sets of tires in the pits. Obviously, they'll have 5 in total with the ones that they start with, and then also 1 fast repair out in the pits if they so need. Field sorting his way out as they make their way around the track for the first lap here at Indianapolis. Goscione already up to 7/10 out front. Grenot, Brannigan round out the rest of the podium with Myers and Schmelik in 4th and 5th.
Oh, we got one spinning. Caleb Tipton's in it. Oh, one smacks the wall. It's the 25.
Everybody trying to avoid a little bit of contact there. Couldn't make out who that was. But Nathan Palmer, 2nd place in points, goes around early here on lap 2. We'll have to see what happened to him.
Looked like somebody dove on his inside, but I couldn't tell. It cut away so fast. Man.
We'll have to see here. Looks like coming through the short chute out of 1 and 2. Trying to fight for position with Evie. Last week's winner, and just, I believe, cuts the nose there. Evie was kind of on the inside of him, and Palmer didn't really give him enough space to make that corner. And around goes the 25. Tipton has nowhere to go. See them making contact. And then decent hit into the outside wall for that 25 car. might have to take that fast repair already. And that's not what you want with the 80 lap race.
Excuse me. Caleb Tipton has a little bit of left front damage from that. Not too bad. Don't think he'll need to take the fast repair.
Get another few looks at this here. Yeah, just nowhere for Tipton to go. Try to see who caught the 25 here at the end. It's a light blue car. It was it was Justin Marino.
Oh yeah, just caught a piece of him.
Another look a little bit further away. See, Evie does kind of fire it into the inside, but that's how you're supposed to get around these guys, and especially when he already is to the inside of that car. It's yeah, it's just a lot harder to make that move happen whenever the car on the outside of you kind of just cuts down. But caution flies for the first time here in Indy. Palmer looks like he has not gone down pit road yet, possibly hasn't opened yet.
Looks like pit road is now open. Looks like Caleb Tipton's going down.
Just to check in on that front end damage. I don't believe he'll have too much, probably at most maybe 45 seconds, I would say.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's very much.
Just
it's
unfortunate situation to be in there though. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, for sure.
See Marino
Trying
also
to make
coming to fix some of his damage. Actually has a lot more damage on the front end than I thought he would from that contact. I wonder if he maybe hit something else as well.
Also could be net code.
Palmer also does have the toe link, it looks like, skewed out, so I'm gonna take the assumption that he takes his fast repair here. Yep. Yeah, 4 laps into this thing, definitely not the start of the race that you want to have. Definitely want to try to keep that kind of banked till maybe the mid part of the race, or even the very end of the race, because chaos will break out here, especially on these restarts. The track will slowly but surely string out the cars in kind of single file racing like you'll see at IndyCar races here. But the way that the air works with this car, you kind of have to just dive it into the corners to make those passes work. So that's where that chaos ensues, because if you don't have enough momentum, you're going to have to lift, and if you lift, you're going to lose too much momentum, and then the car behind you is going to make a run.
You really got to get tight on these curves, and one touch of the curve and you're going up the track.
Just want to say that cats are the best for sure.
Oh, I don't know if I can agree with you on that one. I do have a cat though.
They're just I don't know, they're just very easy, I feel like, compared to dogs.
Maybe if my cat liked me.
He's
not a fan of people.
They do have very catty personalities, I guess is the way that people put it.
Thanks.
I guess that's where that phrase comes from. But in my opinion, yeah, they are pretty great pets to have.
I do love my Rottweiler though.
In general, all pets are pretty awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Looks like the field
Lights
is
are out on the pace car though.
line them back up, yeah. It'll be Gastillon and Granat back on that front row again. And then this time Brannigan will be third on the inside, and Myers will be fourth on the outside. So a little bit of a flip of position there. But other than that, Colson Pelletier is taking a little bit of advantage of his start, as well as Jacob Parker. They're both up a decent amount of spots. It's like Matt Hugh and Steven Anderson also making up a couple of spots off the start. Seeing if they can turn around their qualifying misfortune into a little bit of race luck. That's what you want to call it?
I guess you could call it that. There's definitely some luck involved.
Skill, luck, what's the difference?
I think it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, sometimes, definitely. See the field rounding around 3, getting ready to go through 4. Indianapolis is a unique oval. It has short chutes in between all the corners, and then obviously the long straightaways, making a basically a rectangle. You see it that way, just with curves.
Definitely.
Corners being very flat, so tires do wear, especially with
Barney gonna
the
wave
speeds you
that
get.
flag.
Through the restart zone. Flag is waving, green flag back out here in Indianapolis. Gaucione got
Inside
a good jump.
Great start there.
Brannigan jumps also to second off that restart. Some battles in the back as they make their way off of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Looking to go 3 wide there, maybe in the back possibly. They sorted out,
Ooh.
still 2x2.
2 wide is
3
sketchy
wide there.
here. Oh, we are 3.
Big move
Jeez.
by Steven Anderson on the inside, and he's looking to go to the front. That puts them up 7 spots now so far on the start of this race. Now looking to try to get around Gordon Fraley here in that 9. And that's what I mean. Those aggressive moves into the corner is the best way to get past cars here at Indy, especially with the way that the aero plays with these next-gen Cup cars. Gotta be aggressive. Question is, though, is it a little too early to be that aggressive?
That's what I was thinking. You don't want to push your 2 tires too hard because it's a long way to go before that stage break.
Now, I'd say in a best case scenario would be taking tires at lap 20, lap 40, lap 60, and lap 80. But obviously, races don't play out that way, and you know sometimes they do. But in a best world, you know, scenario,
in a perfect world.
Yeah, in a perfect world, that's kind of what you want to do here. Use all those sets, and make sure you don't use them up too much. This mid-pack battle is definitely very fierce right now.
It's rambunctious. They're scaring me. Do we know how many laps they get on a set? Or how many laps they get on a fuel tank?
I want to say here it's probably around 40, so they should be able to make it to the end of this first stage without having any worry about pitting.
Well, we got one in the grass. He saved it.
Did save it. Was Dave Mayberry in the 29. Keeps the car on the track and still going forward. Will lose a decent amount of positions there, though. Saw Tipton get back around him. Pittman, Matt Hugh, and Justin Marino as well. Back out front, Gaucione has now built the lead up to about a second. Brannigan holding about half a second over Grenot. And they're starting to run away from Evie Myers and the rest of the field.
The 28. And I'm not sure who that was, just at the inside wall.
It's Gordon Fraley
Caution
in the
down.
9. Down the back straightaway, probably fighting for position there. And maybe just didn't feel where the other car was. We'll have to see what happened. But both of them into the grass. Looks like both of them also hit the wall pretty decently. It's like side by side out of 2. Oh, it looks like Fraley might have just got a little bit of a bump from behind that kind of shot his car down the track there.
Yeah. I gotta assume that toe link is broken on both those cars.
Yeah, heavy impact for that 9 car for sure. Pelletier just had nowhere to go, really.
Just a missing bystander in that one.
Looks like Palmer was also there behind the 9. This angle will kind of give us a better look at how they hit the wall. Really, yeah, hard into the back of the car and then whips it around to the front. Pelletier also heavy into the wall as well.
Yeah, they both had to have broken at least one toe leg. Gordon probably broke both. Paint scheme looks great, though.
It does. And it's unfortunate that it's all messed up now.
Beat up. Luckily, we have a fast repair. One of the many good things about this league.
We'll have to see if he takes it. Probably most likely there. I'd say anything with a broken toe link is kind of going to want to force you to use it there.
Yeah.
It looks like actually Fraley kind of just drifts down just a little bit there looking at that angle.
Can we look at it in far chase or chase?
Yeah. Sorry, it's just kind of... Sometimes it's a little difficult to get to those cameras.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I gotta scroll all the way down.
You're fine.
Yeah, here we go. See, maybe just a little bit of a drift up by the 28. Also just a little bit of a drift down at the wrong time by the 9.
Yeah. Then they just got the car upset. Man, they hit the wall hard. They were going very fast. The camera angle really shows how fast they were going.
Couple cars on pit road. It looks like Nodler comes down pit road. Tipton also came down again, so I don't believe he took his fast repair that last time. Possibly fixing just a little bit more front end damage from that last incident. Mayberry on pit road as well. Saw him have that problem just a moment before the caution. Maybe looking to see if there's anything he could fix in the pits. Looks like Federico as well as down pit road.
You also could be getting some fuel, make your pit stop a little bit shorter at the stage.
That is true. Shorter pit stop gives you just a little bit more track position once you get off of pit road. And track position is always huge with these cars.
Especially here at this track.
Unless you are just like on a different playing level than everybody else on the field. That's the only time it really doesn't play a factor with track position. But most of the time, you want to be in that top 10 to stay in the top 10.
You're going to have to do something very drastic.
That's another thing that we haven't really got to mention yet is the strategy calls that can happen around Indianapolis. Obviously, with it being a bigger track and, you know, just faster overall speeds, you don't realistically use as much fuel as you're thinking, but also with the idea of saving and just lifting a little bit earlier, you can also make those runs last that much longer. But it's kind of all up to what the driver feels is the best way to get to the end of the race. Because honestly, I would say that last 40 laps is definitely going to be a lot more aggressive than this first 40.
For sure. It's all just a giant chess game.
Yeah, setting yourself up early in this first half of the race definitely a huge factor into where you'll finish in the last half of this race. But also, big wrecks could happen. We can have a just a single car incident that leads to mayhem on the next restart. You never know.
It could, you never know.
And that could be at anywhere in the field, so it's not just the
one
leaders
caution
that
can
are
really shake
safe.
it up.
Say nobody's safe.
I don't think you're ever safe on a racetrack.
Especially if you don't have a car.
Yeah, that would help. that would definitely help having the car. I mean, but we do see some people in NASCAR run what seems like the speed limit sometimes.
Trying to figure out if you're referencing a Justin Allgaier incident at Texas earlier this year.
Maybe a little bit of that, and maybe some other stuff I've seen at other tracks.
Yeah, that one was pretty bad. I was there in person for that one.
Yeah, so, it's like, man, holy hell.
Seeing a car go that slow around the track and then taking out the
leaders.
There's
no way he's meeting minimums.
Pretty amazing.
Exactly. Yeah, for real. But
especially
I watched Daniel Suarez.
In person, you could see it happening. On TV, they don't really show it because obviously it's the slowest car on track. Why are they going to put a camera on?
Yeah.
But you can see that visually in person.
Yeah, I'm sure. Hopefully we don't see any of that in Richmond this year. All right, pace car's off.
Banter over.
Yeah, back to the racing.
Through the restart zone they go. There's no sponsor there here at Indy. That kind of
Isn't it? Not
a little
anymore.
weird, but green flag back out. Brennott gets a good jump on the inside. Brannigan is going to fall back to third here on the restart. Evie moves up to fourth as well. He's slowly but surely making his way up into that top 5. Now is in that top 5 looking for third.
We can call it the Rolo restart zone.
There you go.
Since we don't have a name apparently at Indy.
A lot of these tracks also getting rescans recently, and I believe Indianapolis was a part of that, so
I think so.
it's definitely a different track than what most of these guys are probably used to since the last time they've raced it.
Yeah, especially after the tire model update for these cars too.
Looking on at a battle between Jordan Carroll, Blake Doyle, and Nathan Palmer there in the background. Doyle on the inside, gonna power through 1 and 2. See the 32 there of Josh Pittman sliding up the track as a couple cars go around him. That's what I mean. Once you kind of get your air cut off here, it shoots you either into the middle or the outside lane where you don't want to be around this track. And you lose all your momentum, and just so many guys are able to pass you off of that. Pittman's still falling. See a jumble of cars right here. Gordon Fraley trying to work his way back through the field, looking to try to get to the inside here of Caleb Tipton. Nodler as well, just behind them. Peeks to the inside, nothing there just yet for that 10.
There. Oh, he's looking again. Gordon got a little high in that corner. Corey's underneath him.
Got to be careful running that outer lane here at Indianapolis. Fraley flirting with the wall there off of 1. Flirting again off of 2. Might have made contact, and Nodler going to be able to get around him.
Side by side in front of him now.
It's Tipton trying to work his way around the outside here. Matt Hugh just in front, 53. Mayberry also trying to recover from that little bobble that he had earlier on. Here comes Nodler to the inside, trying to peek there. Had just a little bit too much momentum off of 4. But not enough of a run.
Now. The inside of the 53.
Hugh trying to battle off that 69 right now. Still side by side as they go through 2, but Tipton going to power through on the inside.
Ooh,
Moves him up to
one's in the
14th.
wall, they're wrecking.
That's Nodler in the back. Fraley also involved. A couple other cars trying to avoid going through the grass. And our third caution comes out. Gordon Fraley looks like he's done. Nodler got a lot of damage on that car. Should be able to drive it back to pit road and take that fast repair, but that's going to be big time incident for that 10 car. It's still going into the wall. Yeah, just a lot of damage on that car now for sure.
They were battling so hard. I think it was kind of inevitable.
See what happened here. Looks like out of 2, Fraley kind of just got a huge run. Had nowhere to go with it. Ran into the back of the car in front of him. I believe that was Mayberry in the 29. And then Nodler nowhere to go as well, as the 9 kind of just ends up getting shot down into his car.
Wow.
Get another look at it here. See that run that Fraley has? Yeah, just kind of puts that 29 into the wall. That shoots Fraley's car down the track into the 10 of Nodler. You see the 2 just barely avoiding that. Has to go all the way down to the grass.
Just barely
sliding
gets
that
by.
car.
It's like Lightning McQueen.
Justin Marino going full sideways there. couple other guys trying to slide their way through. David Hamburg getting very close to the back end of Nodler there. But all of them very lucky to get past that incident. And if my data is right, we should possibly be seeing some guys coming down pit road here just to split this stage in half. See if some stay out. Looks like the front
faking it.
do. Some of the guys in the back are going to come down pit road. Obviously, Fraley on pit road already. Nodler going to come down pit road after being involved in that. Looks like he also brought Colson Pelletier. But while these guys are pacing around, why don't we go ahead, step aside real quick, get some water. When we come back, we'll go racing again here at Indy. Back here in Indianapolis, you see Gossion and Grenot back on the front row once again. Not too much of a change there, but you got Brannigan and Evie now in fourth. Seems like so far the insides kind of had a advantage here on these restarts. We'll have to see if that is the case here on this restart. Field lined up side by side, getting ready to go racing once again here in Indianapolis. 3 cautions so far. Just about halfway through this first stage. We'll be, I believe, halfway once we start this lap. Pace car pulls off. And Gossion, Grenot getting into the restart zone, the Rolo restart zone. Green flag back out and we're racing.
Inside got a great restart again.
Seems like maybe there's just a little bit more grip that is kind of there on the inside of that front straightaway. Almost contact between Brannigan and Grenot. Grenot going to have to cut the nose off the 11. You see him just barely have to get out of the gas, and that's going to allow Evie to have a run here down the back straightaway now for third. Doesn't go with it just yet. Schmelik now just behind. Evie now going to look to the inside of that 11. And he's going to try to fight for that third spot, side by side through turn 3. Pretty much all of the top 10 have yet to pit here. It looks like the exclusion of Nathan Palmer, who is in 10th. But all the other 9 guys have not come down pit road, so we're all on somewhat used tires. So gotta be careful racing side by side. Yeah, this is very good battle between Evie and Brannigan.
Not giving up on that outside. Clears him finally. I think that was the 11.
Yeah, Brannigan holds off Evie for third. Just behind them, you see Tanner Prater pushing a car on the outside. That's the one of Rick Myers, sorry.
Myers is the one.
I don't know where I got Harvey.
Oh, we got one spun in the wall.
Green flag still out. That's Matt Hugh. Oh, coming back down the track, makes contact with another car. Green flag still out.
Still out.
It looks like iRacing will not recognize that one since it was all the way in the back. I don't know who he made contact with.
Control. I think he may have tapped the wall and overcorrected.
Somebody else came into contact with him, but I was unable to see who it was. It might have been David Hamburg. Yeah, it looks like it was. In the 81. So both of them now on pit road. And definitely going to be forced to take their fast repairs. They'll also probably be a couple of laps down since it's under green flag.
They gotta hope it's only a lap. Single filed out now for the most part.
Looks like Nodler kind of caught the wall there off of turn 4. But it's okay to do that here. As long as it's not too hard. Most tracks it's okay to do that, honestly.
Just a little
it seems
strike
like
don't hurt.
Seems like announcers usually make a bigger problem out of it than it usually is. But
yeah,
most of the time, as long as it's something like that, very soft, and also super square with the side of the car, it won't do too much to the car. If not, it won't do anything at all, honestly.
Yeah, no, nothing really. Especially not to these cars.
Really got to smack it to do some damage. Kind of like that right there.
Yeah.
Believe that was Jordan Carroll. It was. Coming out of turn 4 in that High Rock vodka machine. Got Tipton right behind him.
420 on the inside of the 25, I think that is. Of Nathan Palmer. He got cleared.
Tipton makes his way around Carroll. That was for 11th. Carroll now trying to fight back here down the back straightaway. But yeah, this is what I was talking about with the drafting style of racing, kind of like a super speedway that you'll see at, say, Daytona, Atlanta, Talladega. However, it's not pack racing.
No.
Definitely it's definitely closer to, I guess, what you could say older style of racing that they had at those Daytonas and Talladegas, where it got more spread out.
A lot less on throttle time.
But at this point in the stage, guys, definitely looking to see when they can pit. I think it's about 50 seconds once you come down pit road to when you get off of pit road, which is about a lap here. So got to be very precise when you come down pit road. Make sure you're on all A game. Don't speed. And don't overshoot your stall. Two very important things to do.
25 on the inside of the 1 of Richard Myers. Going into 4.
It's a battle for 7th here. Palmer trying to get back up into that top 5. Will get clear of the 1. It's also going to allow, looks like, Prater to the inside now of Myers. Prater going to try to shoot it down into turn 1. Myers going to get a good exit there off of 1 through the short shoot now into 2. Myers trying to carry the speed around the outside. Might be able to get it done. We'll also have the effect of the draft, but... Yep. There goes Prater. He said, yeah, you're not going to be able to fight back on the outside.
It definitely seems like once you get pushed to the outside, you really get freight trained.
I would say that's a definite case for sure. You see one car falling backwards. I believe that's David Hamburg, who just got off pit road after repairing his car.
He is 3 laps down.
Looks like Matt Hugh as well is off of pit road 2 laps down. So kind of unfortunate. I think both of them ended up having to tow. Hamburg's actually 4 laps down now. But
Tipton making a move.
Yeah, I think both of them ended up having a tow. And that also added just more time onto them getting their car off of pit road. Adds more laps. It always sucks, especially when you crash right in front of pit road, but you just can't drive the car back to pit road.
Oh yeah, that's infuriating.
Tipton looking to the inside of Doyle here. This is back for 10th. Tipton making his way into the top 10 now.
Oh man,
Slides
that
up
was
the track.
tight.
That was very tight. Don't think Doyle's going to be too happy about that one.
Yeah.
Back out front, Gaucione almost 2 seconds now in front of Grenot and Brannigan. Doing a good job out front, using that clean air to his advantage and starting to break away from the field. This is kind of what we saw like last week at Dover, where once you got that clean air, the car just seemed so dominant. And he's kind of in that position where Tipton was last week. So as long as he doesn't get himself kind of put backwards into the field, he could be that dominant car for the rest of the day if it stays this way.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be difficult to get by him. You're going to have to do something pit strategy-wise, or somebody's going to have to get a way better restart on the outside.
It's been tough so far, it seems like, on the outside, getting those restarts done. Biggest mover of the race so far, Steven Anderson in that 3. We saw him earlier making that aggressive move 3 wide. Right now finds himself in 6th. Doing a good job in that 3 car.
13 spots. That's a good-looking car.
Kind of reminds me of the Jeff Burton car. I forget what the sponsor was.
Oh my God, was it Oh man.
I know you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It really bothers me that I can't think of it.
Yeah, I can't remember it either. I just know Jeff Burton had some purple lightning car at some point.
Priloseg. It was Priloseg.
But yeah, it's a nice little car. A lot of these guys design some of their own cars. Obviously, you see some cars that are also just trading paint cars, which is all right as well. Everybody can run what they want. It's iRacing. Who cares?
That's the best part. You run whenever you feel like it.
And honestly, the best paint scheme, like, the better the paint scheme you got on your car, at least the more comfortable you are with it. I feel like the faster you go. I feel like that's just a given.
It adds 10 horsepower. Especially if flame decals on it.
Oh, yeah. See Nodler trying to make a move here on Jordan Carroll for 11th. Dives to the inside here on turn 3. Gonna be 10 laps to go here. Yeah.
Jinx.
So that first stage coming to a close. Will we see anybody try to short pit here and possibly have that track position at the start of stage 2?
I think if you're outside the top 5, you got to try it.
I think it definitely opens that opportunity. I think it also depends on how far you are behind the leader, because as I said just a moment ago, I believe it's about 50 seconds the entire time that you're on pit road. A lap time around here, I believe, is somewhere around 52, They're running 51s right now.
51.9. Yeah, 51.9, around 52 for everybody else.
So,
But
kind of have to
we
be in
see
a
how
certain
clean air is,
space. Gassione could definitely do it just to cover off anybody else that does it.
He
And
was only about a tenth faster that lap than
even
Gernot.
honestly, even if anybody else doesn't do it, anybody in that, I would say top 4 for sure can do it. They would know that everybody else is going to be coming down pit road on lap 40 or lap 41, so they'll still get that track position back anyway. So I'd say maybe we could look at Gernot, Brannigan, or Evie trying to come down pit road and jump in Gassione. I'd say 1 to 2 laps of green flag running on the tires isn't that big of a detriment. A lot of strategy probably going on in these guys' minds right now.
Yeah, hopefully they have somebody on a pit box somewhere.
Looking at a battle between Anderson and Palmer here. This is for 6th. Doing a little bit of weaving. You'll see that a lot in IndyCar. Not a lot in NASCAR, but when we come to Indy, hey, we got to channel a little bit of IndyCar.
Those long straightaways, got to break the draft somehow.
I don't know how much it actually does, because I feel like whenever I have a good run off the corner, I don't have to follow the car in front of me with the draft a lot of the time to get the run I need.
Yeah, we'd have to do some research to figure that one out.
Some science.
That's just like warming up the tires. I've always heard that warming up the tires doesn't do anything.
I feel like it might make you a little less susceptible to spinning them on the start.
Fair.
But I don't think it's really too much of an advantage after that.
I wouldn't. Still about a tenth faster than you.
Looking a little further back, you see Jacob Harker putting a little bit of pressure. This is on Federico Mendel-Yamas. This is all the way back in 17th and 18th right now, coming down the front straightaway. Gonna try to send it around the outside. These guys just kind of riding around right now, it seems. Also is a lot different to drive a cup car here at Indianapolis, so maybe some of these guys also come in from a little bit more of an IndyCar background.
Yeah, for sure. Even
So
though
having to
this
get
car
used to
handles
that.
like a brick.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to get used to that.
Compared to the IndyCar.
What's the difference between a feather and a brick?
One turns.
6 laps to go here in stage 1. Gassione doing a good job almost now, up to 2.5 seconds out in front of Gernot. About 4.2 in front of Brannigan. He's got a good gap on everybody else. It's also starting to put Brannigan and Evie out of that range of possibly trying to undercut this stage.
Yeah. If they're going to do it, they're going to have to do it soon.
I think the good thing for everyone for sure, though, is they'll know that to the end of this race, they could make it off of fuel. It's just going to be kind of if anybody wants to come down pit road for tires once cautions start rolling in stage 2, if that does happen.
Yeah.
Because tire wear will be very prominent, especially if it's a long green flag run here. Just continuous green flag laps at that speed. Just chews at the tires, and it slows you down for sure. These guys were running 51.6s, I believe, at best is what it says on my timing. And then right now they're kind of in the average of 52.3, 52.2. Fastest out on the track, out in front, 52.1. So.
Yeah. Tipton trying to make a move on the 420 of Tanner Prater.
It's definitely a gamble. I don't think we'll see anybody come down pit road under green flag conditions next stage, just because of how much time you do lose. But if the leader does come down pit road, you never know. Probably will drag other guys down pit road, and then we might see some guys trying to stretch it.
Yeah, it kind of just plays into, do you want stage points or do you want to try to go for the win? Or do you want to try to do both?
It's very possible. Tipton closing in now on Prater. With just a couple of laps left here in this first stage. Top 10 will get those points. Right now, Myers holds on to the last spot. Nodler not really close to that spot, about 2 seconds behind Myers. So as long as Rick doesn't make any mistakes, should be able to hold on to that final stage point.
Yeah, for sure. Tipton seemed to have lost the nose a little bit coming out of 4. Lost about 4/10.
And honestly, yeah, you can just see off of that kind of how the front end and just also lifting just a little bit too much into the corners makes you lose so much momentum to the car in front of you. Luckily, nobody's directly behind Tipton, so you won't be under any pressure, and you can start building that momentum back up. But
he seems to have already built it all the way back up. He's back to his bumper.
Yeah. That's how you know you got a fast car for sure. Get all that time back in one lap.
Made up 4/10 in about a half a lap.
A little slight kiss into the outside wall. That's all right.
Just a touch.
Brannigan under some pressure for third. You see Evie, last week's winner, closing in on him as well. 2 laps to go here in this first stage. It's a difference of a point there. But still 8 points, 7 points. I would definitely take the 8.
For sure.
Especially if you got the opportunity to.
Yeah, you got to stack those points, man. You need them for the playoffs.
Put you in a better starting position once the playoffs come around, and also just gives you a lot more cushion on the guys that are chasing you from behind.
Caleb seems to get to his bumper, but he cannot seem to get around now.
White flag
those tires being worn out.
Is out for stage 1. Yeah, this line of cars back here, definitely all close to each other, but it's not really close enough to make any position swaps right here. It looks like everybody elects to stay out on track. Nobody wants to do that undercut strategy.
Oh, Caleb's got a good run.
Looks like he does have a run now. Might be a swap in position here. Heading towards turn 3 to the inside of Prater. Gonna clear that 420 car.
Him. He's gonna... Wow, nice move. He got an amazing run out of 2 there.
So as they come off turn 4 to complete the stage, Goscione ends up first, Grenot, Brannigan second and third, Evie fourth, Schmelik fifth, Anderson in sixth, doing a good job here. Palmer moves up to 7th, Tipton in 8th, Prater in 9th, and then Rick Myers rounds out that top 10. So those will be the 10 to get stage points. Goscione been out front all night so far. Put that car on pole and shows why he was able to do that. Definitely got a lot of confidence in his race setup, and it seems like his qualifying setup as well.
Yeah, he's definitely fast. It's going to be interesting to see what they're going to try to do to get him off pit road. Maybe not take a windshield tear off, maybe take 2 tires. I think we've got a car out of gas. I think the 3 is out of gas.
He is falling back in positions. He's dropped to 13th now on track and going really slow. It's like Matt Hugh might be pushing him onto pit road. Is that legal?
Yeah, he's pushing him. I don't know. Apparently we're clearing it, so we're good. We race on. He's going to push him.
Oh,
now it's just whether...
87 just spun out behind him. I don't know if that amount of speed is going to allow him to get to his stall, however. Yeah, he just puts it in park, and that's very unfortunate for that 3 car after what we saw he did earlier in this race.
Wow.
That's
Why
what I was
wouldn't you pit
saying.
though?
That
You
that
could lose a
risk of
lap. Like you
staying
only lose
out.
a lap.
That risk of staying out is
How many cars are a lap down? We've got no cars 1 lap down. Wow.
yeah. So maybe those cautions kind of help these guys get all the way to 40. So maybe we might see a green flag pit stop if it does
Yeah, maybe.
string out green flag run. These guys definitely going to be coming down pit road after seeing that, though. Don't want to stretch it any longer, I bet.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I think everybody's gonna come to pit road here.
Honestly, I'm surprised of all people, a guy in the middle of the pack runs out of fuel
Yeah, it
first.
would run out. Because you'd think he would be saving fuel behind people.
Looks like a couple of
Everybody's
cars
coming down
will
pit
stay
road.
out. Those are lap down cars, so they'll come down pit road next lap. Or they're just trying to get a lap back with the free pass.
Oh, I think the 420 overshot his box a little bit.
Camera's having a Fox moment as everybody pulled into their pit stalls
Yeah,
there.
so was mine.
iRacing loves to do that at the worst times.
I swear.
Grenot gonna win the race off of pit road though.
Here we go. That's what we needed.
Evie third. Tipton moves up to fourth. Really good pit stop there. Wonder if he took 2 tires possibly.
Let me take a look.
Fortunately, I don't get the information that deep with my scoreboard, so you kind of have to go
Caleb
back
took
and
4.
look. 4 as
Caleb
well.
took 4.
So just a fast stop for him.
Yeah, that big crew, man. All right, I'll be right back.
So now Granot going to be in a position that he hasn't found himself yet in so far. Going to be leading the field to green here on this restart. We'll have that, at least it seems, advantageous inside line on these restarts. So we'll see what he can do with it. Nobody been able to get around Gaucione so far out on track, so the 43 gets it done on pits. Finds himself out front now for this restart. We'll have to see what he can do. And if he can keep that 43 out front. Obviously last week's winner, Evie, starting to creep into the picture, now in the podium positions, as well as Caleb Tipton having a strong run through the field after an early race mishap.
I told you he was going to be up there.
Lights go off on the pace car. Means we'll be pacing just one more time around the track. Looks like luckily, because of running out of fuel under caution, even though he had a tow, Anderson still only loses 1 lap just because the fuel was going that slow. So honestly, either way it plays out, he ends up a lap
Yeah,
down.
I guess that, yeah, either way.
But I definitely don't feel comfortable towing back to the pits in the middle of a race.
No.
I don't care if there's a caution or not.
The 43 and the 20 are teammates, so it's going to be interesting to see how this restart goes.
Yeah, and they had an awesome battle last week for second at the very end of the race. Right now on the front row, been going back and forth on the front row so far all race. Not really back and forth. I mean, Gaucione's kind of just ran away from the field every time, but this time Grenot has that preferred position, at least it seems so far throughout the race.
It's going to be interesting. See how aggressive they are on this restart.
Just under halfway to go now. It's nice when a few caution laps kind of tick off. Allows these guys to save just a tiny bit of fuel under caution. Pace car dives off through the restart zone. They're starting to go. And green flag back out here in Indianapolis. Grenot with a good jump on the inside. Gaucione unable to match it. And here comes Evie as well. Tipton forced to the outside. That's going to allow Brannigan to the inside. And he's going to take fourth away from that 69. Here comes Gaucione back to the inside. Off of turn 2.
A little bit of contact there. Oh, we were looking at different battles. Sorry.
Still side by side out front as they go through 3. Gaucione dives it in through 3. And he's going to try to clear that 43. He does clear the 43. Does Grenot have anything to fight back out of turn 4? It does not seem that way. And that 20 finds himself back out front. Seems like a little bit of change of restart position. Not too big of a deal for Gaucione.
Didn't do too much. Oh, somebody blew up. The 10 just blew up.
Knoedler slow on the front. Yeah, he's got smoke coming out of the back of his car. And how does that happen?
Did he money shift?
I wonder if he did.
What
Some setups are kind of meant to shift down to 4th once you enter the corner. And I wonder if he overshifted into 3rd maybe. We stay green.
That's the only thing I can think of.
There's no virtual fluids that get put out onto the track. So.
No virtual jet dryers that need to dry the track.
It's not going to get slick, luckily, for these guys, but that is very unfortunate for Knoedler. And I believe he's already taken his fast repairs, so that might be his night. Gaucione now trying to continue on his pace that he set earlier. About half a second now in front of Grenot. 6/10 now. Knoedler makes it down to pit road. That's yeah, that just sucks. There's not much you can say about that.
No.
It's very unfortunate. But Evie now putting some pressure on a Grenot for a second. Brannigan's right there in the corner pocket as well. He's going to look to the inside of Evie. Evie kind of had a little bit of a bobble entering turn 4. Oh, almost contact there. They might have made just a little bit. Might have made more contact right there as well. These guys going at it for 3rd here.
Oh, they're still beating and banging.
Into the corner. Evie was still giving him the stuff. But Brannigan doesn't care.
A little bit of bad blood there, maybe.
It's going to put Evie in a bad spot here now as Palmer starts to close in on the back bumper of that 98. Tipton just behind Prater, who's also on the back bumper of Palmer. Schmelik, who I believe is our points leader. Yeah, that's our points leader right now in 8th. So 1st, 2nd, and 3rd all in the top 10 here. At least in points in the top 10. Obviously 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are in the top 10. But yeah, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in points all in top 10 right now, battling kind of all in the same area. Palmer 5th, Tipton 7th, Schmelik in 8th.
Yeah, Tipton lost 3 spots starting on the outside there.
Yeah, he kind of just got forced to the outside. He's kind of still flirting with running a little bit of a higher line. Might just be to not run in dirty air. Definitely a thing that you could do here at Indianapolis, but
11 just grabbed the wall a little bit.
Yeah, if you're just a little too high, it doesn't work out, especially when you get cars steamrolling you on the inside.
Yeah, for sure.
Gonna be 50 laps into this thing now once they cross the line. This time around, see Tipton barely grabbing the wall again. If we were like TNT, we would be talking about impending weather every 10 minutes.
There's rain. There's rain about 3 hours out. You gotta watch it.
Too bad there's no oval rain yet.
Yeah, for real.
It's gonna be mayhem when they have that, if they do have that ever.
I think I hope they don't. I really hope they don't.
Saw one car grabbing the wall in the back of the field. Looking at Pelletier and Marino battling for 13th here. Be honestly just rain in general for the entire group of NASCAR cars that are on iRacing. I think at least with road courses. Oh, big contact in the outside wall. Looks like Dave Mayberry gonna have a lot of damage on that 29 car. There was another car that was also involved in there. I don't remember if it was Jordan Carroll or if it was Marino right there. It was one of those two blue cars though.
Nathan Palmer's all over the 98 of Evie.
But yeah, as I was saying, rain is, at least with the road courses, I think would be super fun. Especially since almost every other car has it now.
Yeah. It'd definitely be something, that's for sure. And that 25 is all over his bumper.
He's looking for a spot, but not really. Just kind of waiting in the wake of that 98 at the moment. Maybe saving a little bit of tire and fuel at the same time.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what the 98 does if he catches back up to the 11.
I think a lot of the time when you know that you're faster than the cars in front of you, sometimes you just want to sit behind them just a little bit longer so you could save up your stuff and let them continue to burn it. And then it just makes that pass a little bit easier once you get 5 or 6 laps down the line and you're actually trying to make that pass.
Yeah.
Oh, big slide for that 25.
Oh, he got loose.
Keeps
Saved
it into
it.
the wall. Still trying to save it through 4. He's going to lose a lot of time there. See the 17 of Schmelik going around as well. And a big mistake there for Palmer. And that's just the danger of running directly behind somebody through these corners here. When you're going that fast, you get a little bit of a slide. There's not really much you can do about it. It just kind of kicks out on you.
And you have to let Jesus take the wheel.
Yeah. Sometimes he doesn't grab it the right way.
No, apparently not.
And one of the that was almost one of those times for Palmer there, but luckily the wall was there to kind of collect him. Kept it straight.
Save him, I guess you could say.
Definitely a little bit of visual damage, but other than that, the car looks like it's still driving pretty good. He's already putting pressure back on Schmelik here. So I don't think he's too affected by that, but yeah, in that moment, there's so many things going on in the driver's mind that sometimes they just don't even know what to do with the wheel.
Yeah, I know, definitely when it breaks loose, sometimes you're just like, oh my God, what do I do?
Gassiano just got around a lapped car. I believe that's Mayberry coming off pit road after fixing some of his damage from that incident that we just saw. He's now 2 seconds in front of Grenot. Seems like at least these two have the class of the field, but Gassione just has much more pace compared to Grenot.
Yeah.
See a car still smoking on pit road. I believe that's Nodler. Grenot barely grabs the wall there through the short chute of 1 and 2. Now onto the back straightaway. Still trying to run away from Brannigan, create more of a gap. But at this point, we've run just about, I must say, 12 laps under green flag conditions. So it might start creeping into the back of these guys' minds that, hey, we might have to pit under green here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how long the tires will go.
25 to go here.
Car at the wall.
Say that again.
I said I think we had a car go into the wall. Looks like the car that was in 15th has gone way back.
Oh yeah, Harker has big damage. I don't have any reports of him crashing, so we'll just rewind real quick to see what happened to him. But yeah, big damage. That front right tire was not moving. Looks like coming out of turn 4, just slides the car loose. And then unable to save it hard into that outside wall. No caution as he kept the car going straight. Back alive, and he's riding around on that access road.
Man, that was a lick.
It was. Field getting ready to come back around, so it might put him out of action for right now, but you never know. Caution still could come out.
Grenot was faster than Gasly on that last lap.
About 0.2 of a second as well. I don't know if that's enough to start running him down just yet, but it's definitely progress.
It's a start.
See, that gap is within 2 seconds now. Creeps back over 2 seconds as they go through the corners. But yeah, Gassion, I think, is just doing a little bit of lead management right now. I think he knows he has the car to beat. He's been out front all race. Not really had any competition out front. Just wants to make sure that doesn't let him get too close and doesn't really burn off his stuff either, so nobody else can come back way late in the race. Kind of just a seesaw of ideas. That's a good visual way to put it. Side-by-side battle for third here. Actually, sorry, that's not for third. That's Brannigan. Yeah, that's Brannigan going around a lap car, sorry. Just looked like it was a battle, though, the way that they were driving.
Yeah. I think Mayberry was trying to get out of the way, and I think Brannigan was trying to use his draft.
A little bit of miscommunication there. Tipton hasn't really fallen back too far from the back bumper of Prater, so kind of just stalking the back end of that 420 car. Evie's just in front of him as well, so they do have the draft from him. Just all kind of pulling him along. See, most of the field is single file right now, if not all of them.
That's the next gen for you.
Honestly, I would say it's kind of just this track as well.
That's just kind of Indy too, yeah.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. Indy a lot, but the cars, something else too.
See, Palmer actually caught the wall there out of 2. Allowed Doyle to close in just a little bit for 8th. Palmer's also starting to fall back a lot more after that wall contact. Just see the visual gap between him and Schmelik starting to grow a lot more. Last time we saw him, he was trying to put pressure back onto that 17 after grabbing the wall.
Yeah. Brandon and Brannigan are both faster than Gassion right now. 2/10 that lap.
Some battles going on just outside the top 10 as well. You see Justin Marino trying to look to the inside here of the 13. This is for 12th. Him and Carroll going side by side down the back straightaway. Carroll going to have the draft on the outside, and it allows him to clear into the corner. Marino's going to have to try again.
David Hamburg down pit road. He's 4 laps down.
He's kind of had a little bit of trouble all night so far. Got some left front damage as well. I don't know if that's recent. On board with Gaucione. You see that cleared track in front of him. Realistically, the only car with clean air, unless you want to count some of the guys that have lost the draft.
Yeah.
But really, his car is the only one that's really utilizing that clean air to the best advantage. Grenot definitely has some clean air, with that gap being about 2 seconds, but there still is just a tiny bit of wake from that car in front of him.
Just
the slight,
to upset the car.
yeah, just the slight bit. Schmellick's closed in here on Tipton as they go through the short chute. Gotta be careful getting back on the gas there. Looks like the back end was trying to come around on the 17 just for a second. Still looks like it is. It's a dance with the throttle at all these tracks, especially with this car now. I've still yet to personally experience this new next gen, but I've heard a lot about it, so I would say it's definitely a good handful for these guys out there. So
Definitely a handful.
some of them like it, some of them don't.
That's why I'm up here.
Gonna Evie, he's got a little bit of pressure starting to build from Prater just behind as he's going around the lap traffic of Mayberry. Mayberry gonna be a meat in a sandwich though. That's gonna create some dirty air on the Prater, and that's gonna open up just a little bit more of a gap for Evie to work with. Kind of what that 98 wanted to do there as he worked his way around the 29 through the middle of that corner. See the top three also starting to break away from the rest of the field. They got about 2 seconds on Evie in fourth.
They were 0.2 faster again, both of them. Second and third.
And you see that gap now, 1.6 seconds. Strapped to 4/10 since the last time we focused in on it. Schmellick now real close to the back bumper of Tipton. Could have a say here in turn 3. He's looking for it. Tipton closes the air though. No clean air for that 17.
No.
And you just can see how far it puts him back now.
Just like that.
Yeah.
0.3, just like that.
15 to go. How long can these guys keep running out there at this pace is the question. We saw one car run out of fuel, and there were 3 cautions in between, maybe 4 actually. So cautions definitely help around this track with saving fuel. Can these guys make it? And while second and third are closing in on first, Brannigan's also closing in a lot quicker on Grenot for second.
They can't fight too much if they want any shot at catching Gaucione.
14 to go. Yeah, not a lot of time to do it. They're definitely going to want to have to battle once they get up to him. Don't want to battle before them. Gaucione just got around some lap traffic as well. Probably was slowing it up just a tiny bit. But now that's going to be Grenot and Brannigan's problems. Is that a Taylor Swift car?
I'm not sure.
I think I just saw Taylor Swift album on the side of that car. Oh, he's in the wall.
If it's not, the Swifties are going to be mad at you.
It says Reputation, right? Is that not Taylor Swift though? It looks
I
like Taylor
sh-
Swift. It's hard to
Hell
tell.
if I know. Let me take a look. What number is it again?
It's the 87. It looks like Taylor Swift. I don't know.
It
I
is indeed a Taylor Swift car.
just got sidetracked by that for some reason.
Yeah, it is indeed.
Now 13 to go. Gaucione 1.8 in front of Grenot. Kind of teeter-tottering right now. Around 1.6 to 2 seconds. Sitting right in the middle now. Not really that many close battles on track at the moment. Pelletier the closest right now to Myers. This is for 10th. This point in the race, it's definitely starting to get into the driver's mind, the fatigue, just doing these repetitive laps. Luckily, it's not a full 160, and that's definitely a way different experience for sure. But still, 80 laps, definitely a lot of laps around this track in a car that laps it in 50 seconds. Pelletier looking to the inside here of Myers for 10th. Myers going to try to fight back on the outside here in that Gravedigger machine. Looks like he might have a little bit of momentum here off of 2 down the back straightaway, and he does. He'll stay clear of Pelletier. Pelletier going to do a little bit of a chase. 12 to go for the leaders out front. Should be 11 as they cross the line this time. That gap back up to 2 seconds now. Just saw Jacob Harker going down pit road. He's already a couple of laps down. It's definitely a unscheduled stop. Don't want to lose more time out on the track than you already have. But looks like he's forced to go down pit road for an unknown reason. It's always kind of difficult to tell exactly why these guys are going down pit road, but sometimes it's easier than others.
We've got a roadblock in front of Caleb Tipton right now. 2 lap cars. Woo, that was close.
Yeah, and we're getting to this point in the stage of the race where driver's going to get a little antsy if they have a chance to make a move. This is where we'll see possible one-car incidents kind of shake up the rest of this race. Especially if that caution waves.
Nathan Palmer on the inside of Ryan Schmelik.
Josh Pittman.
How do you say it? Schmelik?
A lot of damage on that 32 car. I have no idea what happened to him. But he's down pit road. A lot of damage on the right front of his car. Scoring kind of got messed up as I was looking at him, so it shows him as the leader right now. It should reset once they hit the line again. But yeah, Gaucione still doing a good job out front. Grenot trying to run him down. 9 laps to go now. It's crunch time. Or in the NFL, as they say, the witching hour.
Yep, gotta go. You got anything left? You gotta go now.
Palmer's close enough to Schmelik once again. Could make a move happen. They're also closing in on Tipton for 6th. These are the 3 point leaders right now. Is that damage going to play a little bit of factor to that 25 car? Sometimes even with a little bit of damage on the car, even if you have that clean air, it just doesn't want to drive the way you need it to. And I feel like it also makes the dirty air even worse. Just putting a little bit of damage on the car.
Yeah, 100%.
Getting a report of Pittman crashing. I think it's just him going a little too slow on the access road. As looks like he's making his way off pit road. Used his fast repair. Going to be back out on track. 3 laps down in 18th. Still unsure of what happened to him.
Oh, Caleb Tipton gets a little high there into 2, or out of 2, excuse me.
Gonna lose 2 spots to Schmelik and Palmer. And that's how they run in points right now. At least heading into tonight. It might stay that way if they stay this way by the end of this race. I think Palmer's gonna have to probably pass Schmelik and also Prater if he really wanted to have a chance at jumping past Schmelik. But Schmelik just bobbles there through 4. Tipton also did as well, just behind him, but that's going to give Palmer a chance to go to the inside here. Schmelik 7 to go now here at Indianapolis. Into 1 and 2 side by side still. Palmer going to have to shoot it down on the inside as hard as he can. Grab that concrete apron and try to clear that 17. Schmelik still fighting back on the outside. Going to have momentum on the outside here, but Palmer able to use the bottom to his advantage. Schmelik still fighting back on the outside. That side draft doing wonders for that 17 right now. Side by side for a whole lap for 6th. Who wants the spot more? Palmer looking to be clear there through the short chute. Now going to be clear for sure through 4. What a battle for that spot. Going to be coming down to 6 laps to go. Every time they come off 4 and I see that smoke on pit road, I always think it's a crash.
I know. Every time I think there's a caution coming.
Blake Doyle's also closed in now on Caleb Tipton. This is just a little bit further back in 8th, just behind that battle of Palmer and Schmelik. Doyle looking to the inside as Tipton drifts up the track out of 2. Falls back in line now, looks to the inside once again. Down the back straightaway, can Doyle get around the 69 for 8th? He's going to try here. Tipton fires it hard on the outside. He's going to have to lift, though. He goes into the wall big time. He does keep it straight. 5 laps to go now. Gossion does not want to see a caution come out. But look at his lead, 1.4 now. It's starting to drop big time.
Yeah, it's starting to drop very fast. Grenot was 0.3 faster that lap.
Down to 1.3 now. Grenot starting to close in little by little. And now it's starting to add up a lot here. 1.2 seconds behind Gossion out front. Brannigan, Evie in 3rd and 4th. Prater rounds out the top 5. They've definitely split their way away from Palmer, Schmelik, Doyle, and Tipton. Pelletier's also kind of in that battle for 9th now as Tipton's starting to fall back to him. Four laps to go here in Indianapolis. Can these guys hold on with their fuel? At the moment, everybody's attempting to run it long. Tipton just got passed by Pelletier.
1.1 seconds. He's catching him.
Can these guys hold enough fuel? I think Gossion is starting to realize how much fuel he might have used throughout the first part of this run. It's now almost a second between him and Grenot.
Second.
How many times has a leading car at Indianapolis ran out of fuel?
A couple times.
A couple of times, and that's a lot in racing. Grenot now just stalking the outside
Still
of a second. 3 laps to go here now in Indianapolis. Gossion has to be perfect here, cannot make a mistake. Letting this gap get down.
Now.
Yeah, now under a second. Cannot make a mistake. If he does everything right, he should still be able to hold on to this thing to the end of this race.
0.7.
But a slight bobble, slight wall contact, anything will let Grenot close in ever so closer now. Almost half a second between the two. Still closing that gap. Gonna be 2 laps to go this time around. Remember, if we make it back to the white flag without a caution before, there are no cautions on the white flag, so the race will end under green. If we do get a yellow before that white, there will be 3 overtime attempts. Gossion does not want those to happen. ever so cautious through 1 and 2. Now under half a second between Gossion and Grenot out front. This could be close. And what happens if both these guys run out of fuel to the end? Is Brannigan going to be close enough? Or are we going to see 2 cars out of fuel battling to the line? That's definitely not happened ever.
I don't think so.
Out of turn 4, possibly for the penultimate time of the race, and it looks like it will be.
White flag.
White flag is out one more
Down
time
to 3
around.
tenths.
Grenot closing quicker and quicker as they get around this
Little
track.
bobble.
0.2 of a second now separate the 2 out front. They have gapped Brannigan now 4 seconds behind the rest of them. It's a battle between the 20 and the 43. Who can get it done? Grenot has a huge advantage of the draft right now. Gossion has nothing in front of him. Grenot's going to have to make a move here in 3 and 4. Through the short chute now.
He's on the bumper.
He's going to be there. He's going to be close. He's going to have to build some momentum off of the exit of 4 here, and it might be a close battle to the line. Grenot is closing off the exit of 4. Out of turn 4 for the last time here tonight. Gossion going down the track. Grenot trying to go anywhere he can. Nowhere to go. And Gossion takes it home here in Indy. Grenot almost got him there.
Close. Wow.
0.1 of a second separates the 2 out front. Brannigan, Evie, Prater round out the top 5. Palmer, Schmelik, the 7th. Doyle comes across the line in 8th. Pelletier in 9th. It looks like Tipton fell all the way back to 12th there in those last few laps, and he's still trying to complete this race. So unfortunate end of the race for the 69 of Tipton. So he'll have to drive it home in 12th, it looks like. The Marino finish in 13th, just behind him. What a chaotic almost finish to the race, and look at that. Gossion's getting pushed around the track.
Out of fuel, yeah. I think the 20's out of fuel.
That's how close these guys were. You also wonder if those pit stops at the stage break, they got enough fuel into the car. It seems like everybody did. But it was very close for that lead car of Gossion. Obviously, we saw him losing that gap big time to Grenot over those last 5-6 laps.
Maybe he was saving some fuel for the burnout.
And that was the reason we see. I don't know if he has anything for a burnout. I think he's just gonna park it.
I think that's why he was pushing him. I think he was saving a little bit of fuel for it.
Smart.
Eastern Star Motorsports with a top 3.
Smart play. I think he's out now.
Yeah.
But Gossion gets it done after dominating here tonight. I think real quick we'll step aside, let the podium guys get their thoughts ready, and we'll go ahead and question them here in just a moment. We'll be back in just a second. All right, welcome back, everybody, and we're gonna go ahead and start interviewing the podium finishers. It looks like right now we only have Brannigan and Gaucione, but we'll go ahead and give them interviews if Grenot does join. We'll also give him one. But let's go ahead and start off with our third place finisher, Mark Brannigan. Second week in a row that he comes on the podium. Hey there, Mark. It's the boys up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right. We talked to you last week at Dover. Talking to you once again here in Indianapolis. Wanted to ask you how the car felt all day. Obviously, seems like Gaucione and Grenot were kind of in a zip code of their own. But for the rest of the field, you definitely had, it seemed, the fastest car out there. Wanted to ask your opinions on it.
Yeah, with this new package and stuff, Indy's not a very easy track to pass. So once you get 2 laps or 3 laps past the restart, it's very hard to get a run on anybody. But the car was all right. It was tight. We made some adjustments trying to loosen it up. Yeah, they were really fast. I couldn't catch them. I was just battling with the other Austin at the end.
And obviously, the second half of the race being clean green flag racing, no cautions at all during that second half, I believe, compared to that first half with a couple of cautions kind of scattered in between. Were you guys kind of out there just worried about fuel at all during the race? Obviously, we saw Gaucione run out right after the flag, and then I believe it was Anderson that ran out right after the end of the first stage.
Yeah, if we didn't get so many cautions in that first stage, we would have never made it to the stage on fuel, but we were able to save because of cautions. And the second, Austin, I know, had to save a lot because he's leading. He didn't have draft. Ty was saving a tiny bit, and then I was behind them, so I was good to the end. But yeah, fuel was a big concern here.
That's kind of what we were wondering up here in the booth all night, so it's good that that was confirmed. But I'll give it over to Hayden and see what he has for you.
With your back-to-back podiums, what do you think you need at Iowa to get that win?
Well, Iowa's not one of my favorite tracks, so we're going to go in there and, I guess, do our best. Hopefully I see you guys here again next week. Maybe 2 steps up. Like I said, it wasn't easy to pass here. And it didn't help. I smacked the wall a couple times, breaking my steering both times. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I like Indy, but the package is bad here. And then Iowa, it's not one of my favorite tracks. So, hopefully coming up we can get on that top step.
For sure.
And yeah, obviously going to Iowa next week, it's a lot smaller of a track, different style of racing, a lot closer together, and probably a lot more beating and banging. So obviously with it not being a comfortable track in your repertoire of tracks, what would you say is like something that you're going to be focusing on over the week as you prepare for Iowa next week?
I think it's nice to try and qualify up front, but then again, if we go green there, I'm going to try and work on saving tires more, because that's something I struggle with at Iowa most of the time, and I guess figure a line I'm comfortable with and do my best.
All right. Well, before we let you go and go celebrate your second podium in a row, you got any things to give out before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank out my 2 teammates that bested me tonight, Ty and Austin. League admins, everything. They're doing a great job. You guys for broadcasting it. That's always good.
All right. Well, we'll let you go ahead and go celebrate and get ready for Iowa next week. Obviously, that's going to be I'm going to assume it's going to be a grueling race just because it's a short track.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think it will be too.
We'll see you next week, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
And it looks like Grenot still has not joined a channel, so unfortunately at least at the moment, it looks like we won't be talking to him. So we'll go ahead and skip towards Austin Gaucione, tonight's winner. Gets his second win of the year. That's a huge jump on the field. Hey there, Austin. It's the boys up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, coming home in first here this week at Indianapolis. And if I'm not misremembering, I believe we talked to you last week as well in Dover at the end of the race. But a couple strong weeks in a row, coming home with a win here tonight. Your second win now on the year. Wanted to ask what a second win is kind of giving you a confidence for, and what you're going to be able to build with that momentum that you have now.
Yeah, it definitely helps the confidence. But you got to go into each race like it's a new race. Glad I won the race, second race in the season, the second race of the season. But now it's just all about consistency, getting the regular season title, and just gathering as many playoffs points as I can.
Yeah, and obviously with stages being at the halfway points in these races, it's kind of like a lottery in a way, because you never know how the start of the race is going to go. So I would say qualifying is definitely important. Obviously, putting yourself out in front here tonight kind of played into factor. Wanted to ask how the car felt, obviously in the clean air, just because you were out there pretty much the entire time all by yourself, and then the one time that you were restarting second, got right back around the 43. So wanted to ask you kind of what the advantage of clean air was here tonight.
Yeah, clean air was a huge factor, especially at this track. I think with the new build of the car, if you have clean air, you can kind of pull away, manage your own pace. Um, but tonight, I mean, the car felt really good. The first half of the race, I was just kind of on cruise control. The second half of the race, it got a bit hairy there. The last 10 laps, I don't know what happened. Just the back end and everything just started going haywire, but somehow, some way, we still got the win. Uh, but yeah, it's insane how you can go from first to just 10th and be the fast car on track, and then go back in the pack. And because you have dirty air, it's just not the same car. So it's hard to build a car for clean air, but also be good in dirty air.
And obviously, at the end of the race, it seemed like fuel was a little bit of a concern. You had about, I want to say it was 2 seconds that entire time during the second half of the race, and then those last 5-6 laps, you let Greenock kind of close in there. Wanted to ask how close you were on fuel at the very end, I guess is the best way to put that.
Well, if my teammate didn't push me to around the track after on the cooldown lap, I probably would have ran out probably in the middle of 1 and 2. Um, yeah, but near the end, I think it was lap 72 or 3. I had a moment at 4, and after that, the tires were heated up, and there was just really no grip. So I was just kind of managing, and I know Ty's really good at managing tires, and luckily I had enough tires left to win the race.
I'll give it over to Hayden real quick and see what he's got for you before we let you go.
How much were you trying to save the right front and the right rear, like, in compared to how much you think you're gonna have to save at Iowa next week?
I mean, Iowa's always been a heavy track on tires. I think with this new build, it's like driving if like really soft tires the whole race. So it's gonna be close to this week, but I don't think you can really compare the two tracks, because I mean that one's repaved, a short track. You're doing a lot more, I guess, inputs with brake, a lot more brakes there. But I think this track, Dover, Iowa, all in a row, really show who can hold on to the tires, especially when temps are high. I think tonight was semi-high. I've seen higher, but it's definitely, you definitely see a lot of tire wear. And if there was a lot of a little bit of tire wear tonight, but next week it's going to be real interesting.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
before we let you go, you got any final thanks and acknowledgments to give out?
Shout out to you guys for broadcasting. You put on a good show every week. Shout out to my teammates, Tyler Granat and Mark Brannigan. It's good to get a 1-2-3 finish. Shout out to the league admins and the drivers for putting on the show tonight. And yeah, thanks to everyone that roots ESM, and shout out to the PR guy. I mean, he does a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
All right, well, we'll let you go ahead and go celebrate your win here at Indy, and go get ready for Iowa next week. And also before we go racing next week, make sure Tyler knows to be ready for some interviews if he gets on a podium again.
Yeah, he gets off early. This is kind of late for him, but I mean, one of these times I'm gonna drag him by his collar in here.
But yeah, all right. Well, congratulations once again, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week at Iowa.
Thank you, guys. Hopefully I'll be here too.
Good job.
Thank you.
Austin Gassion gets it done. You see on the left side of your screen the top 20 final order. It actually just rolled over to the rest of the field as well. But just going in order of them, it'll be Gassion, Grenot, Brannigan, Evie, Prater. Then you got Palmer, Schmelik, Doyle, Pelletier, and Myers rounding out the top 10. Jordan Carroll, Caleb Tipton in 11th and 12th. Marino, Mayberry in 13th and 14th. Mayberry was the first car lap down. Then 15th was Federico Medel Imas. Steven Anderson comes home 16th after running out of fuel, going a lap down at that halfway point after having a strong start to the race. Unfortunate night for that 3-car. Matt Hugh 17th, Josh Pittman 18th. Then you got Harker, Hamburg, Nolder, and Fraley rounding out the field. So it looks like only 22 cars actually ended up starting here tonight. But Gassion gets the best of all of them. Obviously, as we've been saying, next week we'll head to Iowa, and that's going to be I would say a fun race to watch. I don't know if it's going to be a fun race to be in, but
Yeah, for sure.
definitely going to be a lot of action out there next week. So make sure you tune in for that next week. But for this week, I'd say that's pretty much all that we have. We'll go ahead and sign off for the night, and next week when we're in Iowa, we'll see y'all again. So it's been your boys up in the booth, Nathaniel Campbell and Hayden Higginbotham, and we'll be signing out from Indianapolis.